It's already coming off.
There it is.
What? Holy Holy What? That's crazy. It's normally supposed to be 1 and 2.
You wanna see?
You guys warm? You guys half warm?
I'm half warm.
I don't have any. I don't have any.
You should move over here in the sun a little bit more.
Yeah.
The sun on my butt.
Does that feel good? Magnifying glass out there. Okay. What's up, Lite Nation?
What's up, Lite Nation?
So we're finally home. It's been, well, like over a month. Beck's been on some escapades across the East Coast. We've been down south breaking stuff.
Escapades down south.
Yeah, so if you've been following along, I broke the Jeep. I broke the Jeep bad. We don't know what's wrong with it yet. The Corvette motor locked up, so we don't know what's wrong with that yet. So we gotta pull the motor in that. Beck, well, her Jeep is still in pieces. What else? The trailer needs work. There's boards falling off. The battery keeps dying. There's just a whole slew of things. But luckily, it's the day after Thanksgiving. It's winter time. It's 30 degrees outside.
My Audi still runs though.
Your Audi's well, the 450 runs, and the Demon Child runs, and the Bronco runs. We have a lot of running cars, and right now we have a lot of non-running cars. So we're gonna use this winter to build everything. And if you see in the background here, there's a nice big box from Dynatrack, and those are 72-inch wide axles, because the Stepchild's gonna get a version like 4.0.
4.0.
We're going like Ultra 4 kind of maybe build on it, like coilover bypasses, 72s, 72s meaning the width, 60, 80 for the range.
Did you say 42s?
I mean, we'll talk about that. We'll figure that out later.
Figure that out later.
But we have a lot to do. We just so we're gonna take you with us. We're gonna take you through like the life of Lite, Brite, and Chris and Beck here in the garage. I'm gonna be helping them, so hopefully I don't set them back too much being out here helping them. But there's just a lot to do, and there's no way for 2 people to get it done. I don't even know if there's a way for all 3 of us to really. I think we have about 5 months to get everything situated. These are gonna just be a day in the life of Lite, Brite, and what we have to go through to.
What our daily schedules are.
Yeah, we take them to the gym and stuff too. We're just like, come on, let's go to the gym. Here's Beck in gym shorts. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, all right, well, let's get started. We gotta get the Jeep and the Corvette off the trailer, get them in the garage, and let's diagnose those first. All right, so first things first, the front end snapped and popped. Sparks flew out of this passenger side axle tube. We think we broke an axle or the locker and when it all unloaded, but here's the problem. When I put it in 4-wheel drive, the front drive shaft wasn't spinning. If it broke an axle shaft, okay, follow me. If I have it in 4 low, put it in gear, the front drive shaft should spin, but then the axle that's broke, just that wheel wouldn't spin. The problem is when I had it 4-wheel drive, the drive shaft didn't spin. So Chris thinks we broke a transfer case, which is possible, I guess. It didn't get replaced when we put the new 426 and the new transmission in. The transfer case didn't get replaced. So what we're gonna do right now to diagnose this is we're gonna jack it up, we're gonna lock the hubs, we're gonna turn the Jeep just to on, hit the front locker, and then we're gonna get under there and spin the front drive shaft by hand. Now if we spin the front drive shaft and it spins both wheels, then we know it's the T-case. What in the T-case, we don't know, but that won't matter.
The hubs are locked.
The hubs are locked. Turn the key on and put the front locker on. So our front lockers are electric, the rear lockers are air. Okay, locked?
Locked.
Oh, I got nothing here.
Spin. Oh, shit. So we broke the long side.
You broke alongside?
This side is broken. Because the drive shaft spins, but not when you move this side.
Wait, is the hub broken? Wait, spin that wheel. That's spinning the long side.
We broke the stub.
Broke the stub? Yeah. The outer stub? Yeah. So it's either it's not the locker because it's locking and unlocking.
Right, it's not the locker, right?
So it's just the outer stub?
Yeah.
That's pretty easy. Okay, so that's simple enough. If you understood what we were doing there, we just locked it, started spinning the wheels, we had the front locker on, and seeing what didn't spin anymore.
Oh,
so
wait, there's more.
What?
When you're in 4-wheel drive, the front drive shaft does not spin. So not only do we have an outer, now we have to diagnose the T-case. Are you ready?
Okay. Okay, so what are we doing now?
We're in 4 low right now.
We are in 4 low right now.
Ready?
Oh yeah, because that was too high.
Yep.
All right, so now you're gonna spin the drive shaft.
Oh yeah, no transfer case.
Wait, this one wheel spinning.
Yeah. The transfer case is supposed to be locked right now in 4 low.
Where did that noise come from? Oh, that's the outer
Did you
stuff.
just unlock that?
No.
Oh, the locker's
Locker's off. Yeah, the locker's off.
Isn't this supposed to be locked to the rear end?
Yeah, if it's in 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, well it ain't. Otherwise we'd be moving right now.
Yes. So how did you think it unloaded and broke?
I think you unloaded and it shocked the transfer case and snapped something, but...
Well, cool. Okay, so the way this works is we were just in too high and we were just spinning the front end. With the front locker on, it's still gonna send power to both, but that's how we found that this outer stub is broken. That's fine. Once we put it in 4-wheel drive, we have the front in the air, but the rear is on the ground. So with it in 4 low, when he goes to spin that front drive shaft, like he shouldn't be able to turn that drive shaft in 4 low.
No.
So as you can see, that's in 4 low. We're in neutral here. I can go up to park.
Everything's locked up.
Look, the fluid is so cold right now that the rear's turning in neutral. You stop it? Oh, so that's how cold the fluid is right now in the trans. It's actually like moving forward in neutral. All right, so let those tires spin. The front drive shaft is not spinning. So there's a disconnect in the T case, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So also at Maris, the front sway bar ripped off the frame completely. So you know we have the Next Venture Motorsports like frame chop kit. So this is where I ripped it off. You can see right there is where it ripped it off. So he's gonna have to recut. That's the problem, is that he made those and welded them on. That's to be kind of a pain in the butt. Oh, so what do we have on this? We have the front sway bar, the axle stub, the T case, both passenger fenders. And rebuild the bypasses.
Yeah, one of them is kaput.
Yeah, one of them's not happy. We have to check the shaft. So, okay, so this one's done. Now, this is done. This can go outside. We have a list of what we need for that. We need to get the Dynatrack box out. We can pull the motor on the Corvette.
Yep.
Yay. So y'all remember old Blue over here? The Minion, the blue and yellow forklift. So this thing's a piece of crap, but it works. It works. There's no power steering. The coolant disappears.
Yeah, it literally disappears. I don't even know where it goes.
The battery keeps dying. I don't think it charges. She's hurt.
No,
I know.
She's not hurt.
Give her some pumps.
Fire right up.
Come on, start. So this is part of the crap we go through every day, because we do have stuff that is older, and it's not like, oh, just go get the forklift, fire it up. Here's some gas. Bam!
Old Bessie here.
You look so majestic right there, Beck. Here's with the mountains in the background, the lighting. Oh yeah, that bar is bent to crap, and we can't get the forks off. One day we'll fix that bar too. But look, it works. See, it's all that matters.
Now we get to push the Corvette.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Poor Corvette. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Roll on back, Beck. Yeah, you're good. Let it roll. And stop. You guys are all bundled up. You're so bundled.
I don't know, it's freaking 23 degrees out here right now.
Oh, poor car. Poor car. There's a lot of little things, like there's a lot of little going off track. Oh no. Oh, is it still there though? Oh, it's still there.
See how fucked this is.
Oh yeah. Hey, look at that. Start her up. It looks good to go. That looks fine, doesn't it? Pull the intake, pull the radiator, pull the headers. What's really sad is this was my first LS7 car. Brittany's first LS7 car. I've always wanted an LS7 car, and it felt absolutely amazing. And I didn't want to touch it. I wanted to leave. It made 583 at the tire. I didn't want to build it. I didn't want to touch it. I didn't want to mess with it. I just wanted to leave it. Cam, headers, you know. I mean, that's got a stock intake manifold. It just has a cold air intake. The beauty of it was to just leave it as it was. And man, it screamed. Made so much power. And now it makes me kind of sad to build it because it's an actual exotic motor. If you don't know about these, they're high compression. They have a lightweight crank. They have titanium rods. They have titanium valves. There's just like a whole lot. Like the motor is for an American V8, it is a pretty exotic motor. I guess let's get to work. Okay, so this is supposed to be hopefully pretty easy. Just pulled the hood off. We need to lift it up, drain the coolant, drain the oil, and then kind of just start pulling stuff apart. Really, we got to pull the radiator, to pull spark plugs, pull the headers, pull the exhaust. And hopefully it really comes out. Weirdly, it looks like there's, I mean, plenty of room to just like pull stuff out. Like once you get this out, it really looks like we can just hopefully come out pretty easy. That's what we're hoping. So we drained in the oil and we filtered out. So on a dry sump, you've got 2 different drains on this one. Like the Ferrari has like 8. But anyway, we put it through a filter and we're not finding any
There's nothing
metal,
in there. There's nothing in there.
which is really crazy.
This is a 190 micron paint
Right, like
filter.
there would be
There would be
something.
something. There ain't nothing in there.
So I want to pull the filter. I want to cut the filter open and we'll inspect inside the filter as well to see if maybe the filter caught most of the stuff. If there is anything. Hopefully we pull it apart and we see something or maybe not. I don't know. What if we didn't see anything and then we did all over like, I don't know. And it just like cranks out.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it's gonna
Because I'll tell you, I really wanted to leave this motor. I did not want a built motor, but we did contact Texas Speed. They want us to pull it apart. And what we need to check is the main bearing from the crank. So if the main bearing has frozen or spun, that means the block is bad, and that means there's nothing you can do. The whole motor's trash. Maybe the heads are okay, which is fine, but as far we'll need a new block, new crank, new pistons, rods, everything. If it's the rods, the block is good, that's good, then we can still do a new crank, new pistons, new rods, way more robust. It'll be a fully forged bottom end, a little heavier, but you literally won't be able to break it. So this is where we're at. So far, so I thought it was low on oil possibly. That is not low on oil. We started at 6 rows to 8, that's 2 gallons of oil. So this one takes 8.5 quarts. I got scared when it first happened and I poured 3 quarts of oil in it because I was like, well, maybe it's low on oil and I'm hoping getting some oil in there. That's not how that works. I was just mad. I was just like disappointed. So, you know, I was just like, oh, let's pour some oil in there and turn it over. Maybe get some oil back in. That's not how that works. I was in denial, you know, like the 7 stages of grief. That was my denial stage. I'm like, let me just pour some oil in it. But the thing is, it doesn't have an oil leak. There's no smoke. It doesn't consume oil. And it had a fresh oil change right before we went down to drift week. So there's no way. I mean, I would say you'd have to be down at least 3, 4, 5 quarts to like mess up the motor. So we'll know as soon as we get the motor out and pull the pan off, then we'll know.
So if you don't want to make a mess, just use a Dixie cup.
Crack it free and then just...
Spin it
Oh
off with
yeah,
a Dixie
make sure you
cup
get the
over
grass and shit off of there.
Look at that. How do you cut it open without getting its own metal inside of itself?
With an oil filter cutter that I don't have, but I'll figure out something. There's fucking nothing in it.
Well, yeah, but it should be going the other way. It should go through it. And
Right, but if it's a bearing, you would have fool's gold coming out of here.
yeah, you'd have metal
If you
everywhere.
had tie, you would have silver sparklies coming up. There, you have nothing. The oil is black. It's not shiny. Well, let's figure it out.
So you remember how on Drift Week 4 with our last Corvette with the wing, the last black Corvette with the wing, I was like talking about the cabin air filter and to check them. I think this is a telltale sign of how somebody actually treats their vehicle if you have a cabin air filter. So I haven't gotten in here yet. I just popped it. You can see all these decaying leaves. Let's see if the person actually took care of this vehicle, because this is how you, nope. This is like literally, if you're gonna buy a vehicle, if it has a cabin air filter, go check it. And if it's an old vehicle and it looks like this, I guarantee the rest of the vehicle has been treated like crap, which we found time and time again with this vehicle, is that it's been treated like absolute junk. Which is sad, because the whole point of the Z06 was that people treat them like Ferrari. People that buy these normally treat them like, it's like the American Ferrari. Unfortunately, we bought one that isn't loved. It was just beat on.
Now, though.
It is just beat on, and now we have to do all the fixing up. It would have been much cheaper to buy one that was $10,000 more expensive, that was taken care of, versus buying a cheaper one and then now having to deal with the repercussions of it. But you live and learn. So I got the headers and everything out, and we're trying to get the mid pipe out. We've discovered everything's melted under the car. All the connectors, the O2 connectors, even the steering shaft is melted. Like, there's not a lot of airflow through the vehicle, especially when drifting. And you kind of start having a lot of fun and go out and hot lap, and it's literally melting everything. So we got to figure something out. It's little things like this. Seriously, it's like little things like this that take you an hour, 2 hours just to get something that should just literally slip fit, like just should come on and off.
But now we'll be able to.
So we can't get those apart for some reason.
Cars are so fun!
No. If you look, like this connector is melting there.
That's the one that I fixed.
This one, that one's okay?
Yeah.
Look at all those wires. Look at everything in there just like melting. That one's like melting from the plate being hot. That's hot. Literally just sitting on that plate. And that plate is so hot it's melting. No wonder the stuff inside the torque tube, that Weebo stuff melts and destroys itself. Like, I don't even know what this piece of foil is, but that was supposed to be somewhere, I think, around some of the lines. Look at this. Freaking steering shaft is melting. Like, look at this. Look at this connector.
It's just tight quarters and everything gets
very tight. You can see even the starter wire and everything. That's the signal, I think. Even that's like freaking melting. We'll see what happens. The headers were a pain in the butt to get out of here. I need to pull all this off. Oh, even all that's getting cut through and melting. Oh, geez. There's a wire harness right here getting cut through and melting.
That'll come out with the...
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Leverage.
I couldn't get it. Here.
Short guy problems.
Here. All right, so we're pretty close. We're just trying to get the rack out, and it's leaking on both sides. So you need to get the rack rebuilt, because this isn't something you want to do at the track, huh?
No.
Yeah, so this is really a pain in the butt. Once this is out of here, I think we're ready. But anyhow, it's not looking too good. I'm pretty sure the motor's screwed up. I did find some metal flakes when I pulled the valve cover on top of the keepers. There was some metal, some gold, titanium. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But so we did make some calls and asked around, and it looks like all our exhaust is gonna head over to Jet Hot. They're out in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So I didn't know this, but they already sent Beck's Jeep stuff out, and it came out super sick. So Jet Hot did these, look super sick. They coat the outside and the inside, which is freaking awesome. We were curious about the slip fit, but they said no problem. That'll be super cool, because you see everything melting. We're gonna coat most of the entire exhaust, at least all the way back to the axle back. Oh, and if you notice my hair's cut real bad, Brittany did that on Thanksgiving. She like messed up. She tried to fade my stuff. It looks terrible, so I gotta go get that fixed. God dang it, that was a pain. I know it looked like I disappeared, but I was under the frickin' car. We couldn't get the motor separated. The motor is definitely locked up. At one point, Chris was trying to turn it over by hand. Oh, the motor's trash. We still don't know till we get it out if it's just the rods or if it's the main. I hope to God it's not the main. The rest of this is like wiring harness. We thought the whole wiring harness would go with the motor, but really you have to pull everything off the motor and leave the harness in the car. I don't know, I haven't pulled all this apart before. So right now, it seems easier to leave the harness with the car and then put all the stuff back later. It's almost done and out, but I'm pretty positive this thing is completely screwed. Yeah, Chris is still working to get, so I pulled all the sensors off my side, all the wiring harnesses, and he thought it all went with the car, so.
It's out.
You got it? Okay. Should we leave it on regular now, or should we, no, we'll time lapse it. I think we'll time lapse it. I don't know. All right, and she is out, and it just looks like an aluminum V8. So now the fun part is we need to pull the can to really take a look, because there's no point in taking this to him if the block is bad.
I guess he's right.
So if the block's bad, I guess the heads are still good.
Yeah.
So we still use the same heads, but we would need a block and a whole bottom end. Basically, we need a short block at that point. It's already coming off.
No shiny bits. There it is.
What? Holy shit.
There's one.
Holy shit.
That's good. Right there.
What?
Pissed that rod bearing right out of there.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's normally supposed to be 1 and 2.
You wanna see? You wanna see?
Fine.
Right there. See that bearing sticking out of there?
Yeah.
Yeah, she spit that bearing right out.
Yeah, so everything 1 and 2 look good. Chain looks good. This motor looks phenomenal. Till you get to that right there.
Yep, see the heat?
Till you get to that right there.
Yeah, that guy got warm.
Which is crazy because those are the ones that get the most oil.
Yeah, so she was upset right there.
Yeah.
She was upset. That's a bearing.
So just spat the bearing out and locked up.
Oh yeah. Well.
And the rest, so it's just those two. Look at the heat in them. The rest look great.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened. Something must have happened in the journal or something, but at least everything else looks good.
What the hell? So you can see the burn marks in those, but look at the rest.
Yeah, we're in there.
The rest all look perfectly fine.
You're in there, see? No heat.
The main?
No heat. Lots of heat. See the heat?
We gotta wipe down that main one right there, but I don't think the main...
No, because it would have been on this side, so the main's fine.
All right, so it's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new life. So she's out. We got her on some wheel dollies because we didn't want to put the rack back in it. There's nothing to hold the wheels together. We're gonna push it out, go spray it down. Once we get it all cleaned up, that's it. We'll just load that up and have the machine shop take it all apart, and we'll kind of go from there. Also, we gotta figure out if we want to completely replace all the accessories while it's out. I mean, it's got 58,000 miles on it. It really should be good, but being that we're like beating the absolute crap out of it, I don't know that it's smart to like leave this stuff on. Definitely gonna rebuild the rack. We actually have a spare rack, so we're gonna rebuild both the racks. And then the power steering pump, I've heard you can actually build those to make them stronger and have more output, so that might be good too. Of course, right when we go to wash the car, sun dips behind the clouds, and it's cold out. It's in the 30s. When the sun's out, it's super freaking nice. But it's all right. Beck's gonna do a bikini car wash in the Corvette. No, are you sure? It's beautiful out.
I hate the cold.
You hate the cold, you moved the wrong place. So one thing you need to be careful on Corvette is that there's no keyhole on the doors and they're electric pop. Right now that we have everything disconnected, I've reconnected the battery, rolled up the windows because we parked for a little while. So make sure you have your key, because once you shut the trunk, the only way to pop it is a little keyhole under the back. And if not, you're pretty much just locked out of your car unless you want to break a window. But so yes, I think we're good. So it looks like that's gonna be the feet of the motor, and Chris has got, what are you making over here? This is the plate going to the motor?
Plates.
Plates.
These are plates. Make a little square cart, and then little legs, and then bolt it down.
So why are we doing all this instead of just throwing a tire under it and slamming it on the tire?
Because it's an LS7.
Okay, he has a point there. It's not just like a truck motor or something. Most people just throw a tire down. You just put the motor on it and throw a strap across it and call it done. But Chris is actually going to these 4 bolts here, and then he's gonna make a whole engine stand for it. Because that's what Chris does. And Beck's over here helping. She's over here cleaning it all up because she's probably gonna weld, huh? You're just doing this because you want to weld.
Well, I got leggings on, so I don't know that I'm gonna weld.
Well, go put some pants on.
I don't know, Kevin. I think you need to insure these eyeballs.
Did you just iCrometer that?
I covered them. Look at that. Woo!
Did you really?
Yeah, of course I did. There's no marks.
There's no marks.
I eyeballed it. Like, ah, work.
That's about the right angle.
Life might be a struggle, life might be a fight, but I am here to show the world that I can make it right. On a bad day, on a good day, on a bad
So he did this so tall, so it'll clear a wet sump pan. So this is a dry sump. The pan is only 5 inches tall. The wet sump, the pan is 10 inches tall. So he's building this so it'll fit basically all LS's. Yeah. That's pretty much it. All right, that's it. That's a day and a half in the life of Lite Winter Garage.
The daycare.
Yeah, but
The Chronicles.
the Winter
Chronicles of Brite.
Yeah, the Winter Chronicles of Brite. So, motor's out, stripped. Chris built a cage for it.
Out of completely scrapped, so don't judge.
And then also, Beck has her LS, so that works. Anyway, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, you can find all of your Brite Nation merch and decals at litebritstudios.com.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time. Bye. Get my hair done real quick. All right, let me close out. Some came in. You missed some right there. We have a leaf problem. We have a leaf spring problem too.